Hello there. Welcome to the Center for Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
And this is Paul Landsittel, our musical inspiration for today. Hi, Paul.
Good morning.
Can you hear us, Paul? Hey, good morning.
Good
morning.
How you
doing?
I'm great.
Good morning. Ready for a good day?
Ready for the dark and the light of it all.
Okay, well, let's start with a prayer. So if you would, just close your eyes, center yourself, as we recognize that one power, that one infinite intelligence that is everywhere present as all of life, all of creation, from the furthest star to the darkness, to the light, to everything in between. God is all that there is. And knowing this truth, I know I am one with God. I know Reverend Valerie is. I know Paul is. I know Greg and Sheila are, as we begin to present this service for this Sunday, knowing that everything unfolds in its perfection, that everyone that is tuned in gets turned on, and all that we need to know comes to us clearly, that we are inspired and uplifted by today's service as it unfolds in all its splendor and glory.
Yes.
For this, I give thanks. So very grateful for each person who is tuned in, grateful for just to be alive this day, grateful. And in this absolute gratitude, I can now release this word into the law, knowing it is done by simply saying, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
All right. You ready to give us your first song, Paul?
Sure.
All right, take it away.
This is a Ricky Byers song, and it's a sing-along, so we'll see how good you can do with that. Here we go. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me pray in a holy, holy way. Let me pray, holy, holy way. Oh, let me pray in a holy, holy way. Let me pray, holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know, love can heal us all. Oh, let me know love can heal us all. Let me know, love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me smile in a holy, holy way. Let me smile in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me smile in a holy, holy way. Let me smile in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let let me know that love is all around. Let me know, love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know, love is all around. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Yay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
We missed singing with you, but that was great. Thank
I was
you.
listening in a holy, holy way.
Yeah,
And I
could hear you singing inside your mind.
that's right.
All right, well, we'll get back to you in a few.
Okay. Like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro if you haven't already. And do check out our website at cslmetro.org and northmetro.org. Duh. And go to contact us and add yourself to be added to the email list. And if there's anything going on in your life that prayer would help with, we invite you to submit a prayer request and we'll pray on it all week. And there's lots of information out there. There's all of the activities we're having and all the links and all the things that I send out on Facebook. And all of that is on the website. And more things are there too. The affirmations are there in case you want to see them during the week. So we also, on Fridays, have a Science of Mind magazine discussion group at 1:00. And it's usually the first through the third Fridays, but when there's 5 Fridays in the month like there was last month, then it's the first through the fourth. And then on the last Friday, we have a spiritual movie and discussion group, and all of that information's on the website too. So today's title is The Dark and the Light of It All. And you already met our guest artist, and our reading today is going to be from a Holmes Reader for All Seasons. It was compiled and edited by Reverend Carol Sheffield and Kenneth T. Lind, RSEP, which means he's a licensed practitioner. And now we're ready for the
affirmation for the week of August the 2nd, 2020. I breathe in light and positivity with every breath. Today I see the miracle in all life. Every face I encounter is the presence of God individualized. I am open and receptive to Spirit's vision now and always. I believe in peace, love, and the abundant good for all. I joyfully expand my consciousness every day. And so it is.
Thank you so much. So good to see you. And thank you for Greg and Sheila. If you're new, Greg and Sheila run this service on StreamYard for us. And so they're the ones coordinating everything. So all we have to do is stand here and remember what we're going to say and hopefully listen.
Which is the most important.
And you do a good job.
Well, I think all of it's the most important because each piece wouldn't work without the other.
Yeah.
So great teamwork, everyone.
All right. Yeah. Take it away.
Thank you. So today's reading is from a Holmes Reader. Of the people. It's a little bit of a long reading, but it's really all important. So I'm going to read it all. Of the people, by the people, and for the people. Immortal words are these words of Lincoln. Amid the shifting scenes of today, they are fraught with the same significance as they were when they were uttered in memorial to the greatest of all human causes, human liberty. We all know that democracy is not a perfect political system, but anyone with a love for human freedom and an understanding of how it must be gained and kept cannot intelligently deny that democracy, weak as it may be, is the only political system under which humankind has enjoyed personal liberty. Democracy is a form of representative government whose leaders are chosen periodically by the people. And constitutional government, without which no democracy can exist, is a government of laws and not of men. Hence, in a representative democracy, we have no rulers. We have temporary managers. This system has already produced greater freedom than any other system the world has ever known. With the advent of the technological age, it has also produced great complexities and, inconsistent as it seems, impoverishment in the midst of abundance. This is merely an unsolved problem, and we should have confidence that, under divine guidance, the intelligence which has made possible our great abundance will direct us how to distribute it. We should have confidence that democracy can continue to flourish, human freedom expand, and individual liberty prosper without destroying the community good. We should realize that spiritual unity and individual variety need not clash. For the first time in the history of the world, we are dealing with an economics of abundance rather than scarcity. We have not yet learned how to make full use of this vast good which we have. But it would indeed seem strange if we lacked the faith to try. Mm-hmm. Truth and freedom are not arrived at by cringing or shrinking from the obligation of duty or the dictates of conscience. Perhaps more than most groups of people, those of us who believe in spiritual freedom should be aware of the danger that besets us and be ready to meet it, not with denunciation, but with explanation. Mm-hmm. We believe that all human acts are finally resolved into individual and collective patterns of thought. Without that, no system is conceived, projected, or experienced. Hence, we are asking everyone to pray daily for our country. To some, this prayer will be in the form of petition. To others, it may be in the form of affirmation. This form, the form itself is inconsequential, but our attitude of thought should be one of faith, of conviction, and of acceptance. Our prayer is short and meaningful. It starts out by saying that we believe in the divine destiny of the United States. That is, we believe our idea of democracy was conceived not only through a desire to throw off the tyranny of an absolute state, but also out of a great yearning for liberty and out of a deep appreciation of its spiritual significance. We believe that the extension of democracy or self-expression for all is possible in this country. We believe that the intelligence which has guided people of affairs to make possible the creation of vast wealth will also guide them to distribute this wealth properly. We believe that everyone has a desire to do this, that everyone really wishes the greatest good for the largest number of people. We must have implicit confidence and faith that this is so. And if we do, out of our collective consciousness, the answer will come. We should not feel that it need take a long time for this to happen. We should feel that today is the accepted time. Now is the day of our salvation. We know that prosperity and happiness are the gifts of freedom, and that the divine givingness is the heritage of everyone. The gifts of God are for all. They exist for each person according to his or her capacity to receive them. We must know that divine guidance enlightens our collective mind, enabling all of us to see that economic security can come without the loss of personal freedom or individual self-expression. We must know that the all-knowing mind contains the answer to every problem confronting us. We must know that every leader in this country is directed by this mind and is compelled to act upon the right solution. Every person in ordinary life and every leader in this country must know that abundance and security and peace can come to all. We must know that those who are natural leaders in every field are inspired by divine intelligence, directed by the infinite will, and impelled by love to work out solutions to our problems intelligently, systematically, and conclusively. And we know if this is done, spiritual democracy will endure. This period of indecision, uncertainty, and lack will pass, and a future glorious beyond our fondest dreams will come to our beloved country. We were discussing this yesterday. Ernest Holmes wrote this. When did you think it probably was written?
Well, he was born, I think, 1863 or 7, something like that. But when you think of the Spanish plague, it was in
1918.
1918. So he was in his 30s at that time. So I think he may have been inspired. I'm just guessing, but he may have been inspired to write that in what was going on. And it reflects again to what's going on now. So it's pretty amazing how those words just are so important right now, and what our responsibility is to hold that truth for not only our country, but the world.
Right. And this little book, Holmes Reader for All Seasons, was published by Science of Mind Publishing in 1968. So I just find it so interesting that we're going through cycles of things that, well, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
I don't say anymore. So I just thought that this was very, very meaningful to me and to us. And so we wanted to share it with you today.
So that being said, we have some more music to share with you. And once again, here's the wonderful Paul Landsittel.
Thank you, thank you. That was quite the reading there. Well done, Valerie.
Thank you.
And to hold those highest visions for me, and I think for most of us, we have to enter our sacred space
Yes.
and keep those affirmations strong and
Yeah.
focused on. So I'm going to sing a new song here
All
called
right.
Sacred Space. Bless this sacred space where we keep the faith. Let it touch us in a deeper place where we keep the faith. Bless this sacred space, fully alive, spirit within, smile and grin, fully alive. Day by day, we stay prayed up. Take the time, no matter what, we stay prayed up. Bless this sacred space. God knows why we're here, for one kind moment of quiet joy. God knows why we're here. Bless this sacred space. We have everything where we find peace of mind. We have everything. Day by day, we stay prayed up. Take our time, no matter what. We stay prayed up. Bless this sacred space. We know who we are. know without saying who we are. Bless this sacred space. Run, Spirit, run. Jumping from particle to wave. Run, Spirit, run. Bless this sacred space where we keep the faith. Let it touch us in a deeper place where we keep the faith.
Wow, Paul, that was amazing. How perfect for this day.
Yes.
That's really great. I love that song.
I'm always amazed how Valerie and I and the musicians, all the musicians, are all so in tune with what's going to be done for the service without even discussing it. That song is just so perfect for today, and we thank you, Paul.
Yeah, and it was
you're
so
welcome.
beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see you in a few.
Okay.
All right. So there's this quote by Victor Hugo. He says, "What makes night within us may leave stars.
Nice.
What makes light within us may leave stars." Isn't that beautiful? And it's kind of what we're talking about, the darkness and the light today. Experiencing dark and light is part of the human expression. It's part of our human experience. I don't know why that's so. I personally think that we've had free choice before we came here. We have free choice while we're here, and we'll have free choice when we leave. So maybe something within us says we need to be on this planet and experience the opposites, darkness and light. So when we move on to our next experience, we're more prepared for it. The experience of opposites is important in our life, because if we didn't experience darkness, how would we give value to light? Mm-hmm. We wouldn't know. And everybody experiences it either in their own personal life, which we all have. We all have a personal life, and as a group, as like our country, we're experiencing that darkness now with all the things that are going on, and as the world population, we experience darkness and light. Valerie and I were taking our walk this week, which we do, and we get into some great discussions. Somehow we got into politics and everything that was going on, and she shared with me that she didn't know if she could celebrate the 4th of July anymore because of all the lies that have been told to us in history books and all the things that just weren't right. And I thought, well, that's a choice, but the 4th of July isn't about the lies, isn't about the wars that we've gone through, isn't about injustice or twisting of the laws or individuals who are running the country temporarily. It's not about all those things. It's about the vision that was set up from the very beginning when the forefathers got together and just dreamed up this wonderful way of being. So I'm going to read part of the Declaration of Independence for you to just get an understanding what our vision for our country is and what we do celebrate. We should celebrate every single day. So it starts out as, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that it's not like anything you got to think about that much. It's just self-evident that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator. And we all think of the creator in different ways. Look at all the different religions, but each individual is endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We're all endowed with life. And for me, that means having food, having shelter, having the ability to get healed, go to the doctor or to a hospital, take care of yourself. That's all part of life, and we're endowed with those things. Liberty. I decided to look up liberty in the dictionary just to get an idea of what it truly means. So this is what I read. The state of being free within a society from oppressive restrictions imposed by an authority on one way of life, behavior, or political views. The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. That we're endowed with those rights. We're endowed to follow whatever makes us happy, to just be free, to celebrate God the way you want to celebrate, to do all the things without hurting somebody else that you were born to do. And then from the preamble, we have these words, the preamble to the Constitution. We, the people of the United States, we, the people, all of us that are born here, all of us that come here and are naturalized, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States. Those individuals who were sitting around trying to create something that was never done before, something that gave us absolute freedom, but it hasn't always been free for everyone.
Right.
We're in that process of creating a more perfect union, and it's a process. And there's been caused some hardships on certain groups of people, and pain and lack of freedom and all that stuff. But the vision is still there. And that's what we got to keep our eye on the vision, and know that when we go through darkness, there's the opportunity to create a star, to create a shining light, to create a bright light. And we all have that opportunity. A great man just recently passed, Congressman John Lewis, and he puts this into words that are clear to me. He says, sometimes I hear people saying nothing has changed, but for someone to grow up the way I grew up in the cotton fields of Alabama to now be serving in the United States Congress makes me want to tell them, come walk in my shoes. Come walk in the shoes of those who were attacked by police dogs, fire hoses, nightsticks, arrested, and then taken to jail. In that statement, he's giving hope and stating the reality that these individuals had to go through darkness, had to go through all those painful experiences to get where we are now, and we're not even close to where we can be. And it takes each individual, like Representative John Lewis, to lead the way. And each one of us are here to not only hold in our consciousness that what our nation was based on, the vision that was created for us to live the life we're living, it's up to us to hold that union keeps growing. The union, oneness, all of us together. We always must acknowledge where we were, where we came from, and where we want to go. The basis of our forefathers that founded this country, I don't know if they really knew that. I don't know if they obviously didn't, because women didn't have rights. African Americans didn't have rights and were in slavery. So they didn't know that, but still the vision was coming through them to set up the future for individuals like Representative John Lewis to become a United States Congressman and to be the conscience of that Congress. I mean, that's a pretty amazing thing when you think about where we started, where we are now, and how much work we have to do. I remember a great story about an individual who suffered part of his life by not being completely free, and then became a guide and light for that freedom. And I'm talking about Jesse Owens, who lived in this country at another time. And he was denied certain freedoms, but it didn't stop him from doing what he loved. He still had that ability to do what he loved. And in, I think it was 1936, the Olympics was in Berlin, Germany, and Hitler was up in the stands. And yet Jesse Owens stepped out, won 4 golden medals, and he just crushed Hitler's claim of Aryan supremacy. I mean, that was a moment in time where the darkness and the light took place at the same exact time. And to me, that is truly incredible. There are many light beams in this world. When I say light beams, I mean human beings. And at this time that we're living in and everything that's going on, these beings are much needed. And you are one of those beings.
That's right.
Right where you are is the power and the presence of God in its fullness. And even if it's just, and I'm not going to say even if, but especially if it's just holding the light, doing your prayer work, knowing the truth, affirming what our founding fathers' vision of what we are to be is now taking place, that we're expanding into another great period of time where people's freedoms and people's rights and their liberty is being enhanced. I know that sometimes politics and spirituality and the human condition kind of all gets mixed up, and it kind of makes a picture for us to see what we need to see. And I know that politics, just as any religion, is as spiritual as anything else. So what I know about spirituality is it is spiritual to hold a high vision. Mm-hmm. It is spiritual to be a holder of that vision. Mm-hmm. It is spiritual to be that vision. Mm-hmm. So hold the vision. Hold it deep in your heart and be it. Be the vision that people are seeking to see. I encourage you all to vision for your lives, vision for our spiritual community, vision for our country, and vision for the world. You're needed. Yes. We're all needed.
Yes.
Valerie?
So I'm on an Ernest Holmes roll today. So Ernest Holmes teaches that the way out when there's trouble and challenges and times like we have now is not restriction, it's expansion. So when we concentrate on what's wrong, then we enhance that thought of what's wrong. We are each spiritual beings. We are one with that creative intelligence. We are thinking with the mind of that intelligence, and we create what we put our thoughts in. And so if we're concentrating on what's wrong and what's bad and what isn't working and who isn't working and how things aren't working, we're going to get more of that. And so it's really, really important for those of us who follow the science of mind principles that we understand that there's a solution to every problem that's known in the mind of God, that's known by the spiritual intelligence, that is available to us individually as we concentrate on the solution. We have a tendency as humans to concentrate on what's not working. And we all do things like think about what happened, and then we think about what might happen, and then we think about the good that might come. But what happens with the good is it gets sandwiched between what has happened, what might happen, and we need to release those things and understand that we are creating with the thoughts that we think every day. And if we're focusing on what's not working, what we don't like, what we don't want, then we're also creating more of that. And so I know that there are enough spiritual beings, and I am not just talking about those who practice science of mind. I know that every single person on this planet is a spiritual being, and we're all in different places on our path. If we just begin to really, really focus on what this country can be, what our lives can be, what our families can be, what our cities can be, what our neighborhoods can be, what the planet can be, we'll be helping to make that happen. And as we focus on those things, and as we pray for our families and our friends and our country and our city and our state every day, and the planet, as we focus on that and pray for that, we are creating more of that. And so this is an opportunity for us. Yes, it's a time of challenge, but it's also an opportunity. And I think we came here to experience the dark and the light, when everything's going just really, really well, it gets kind of boring. Have you ever noticed, especially when we used to watch soap operas, things that get so everybody seemed pretty happy, and then boom, they just create all this dissonance and all these problems. And that's because it's really boring to watch it when everybody's happy. Do you remember when we were watching that soap with Kristen? And then they were always recreating all this drama and all this stuff. And I think that happens in our own lives when we're not focusing on who we came here to be, when we're not focusing on how we can grow, when everything's going just really, really well, that's a good thing, and we're not growing. And so when we have those challenges, and we're in a huge challenge right now, we can just count all the ways that we're challenged right now. And it's our opportunity to shine. And it's our opportunity to be that light in what we're perceiving as darkness. I believe that each of us was called here to be at this time. We chose to be here at this time to make a difference, to be the change. I think that we're in a spiral. I think that the planets and what's going on is like a spiral. And so we look at what happened in 1918 and how we came through that. And we look at what happened after the Depression and how we came through that. And we looked at what happened in the 60s and how things got better after that. And we're in another one of those real opportunities to make that spiral bigger and higher and create more and do more and be more. And so I'm inviting each one of us to be in that space of creating more. I just want to read this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Place yourself in the middle of the stream of power and wisdom which flows into you as life. Place yourself in the full center of that flood. Then you are without effort impelled to truth, to right, and to perfect contentment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Found that on Facebook last night from the Science of Mind archive. So thank you, Kathy, for posting that. That was perfect. So I just want to say, energy cannot be destroyed or created, but energy does move things forward. And so if we use our energy and our divineness and our beingness and our intelligence to move things forward, to create that world that works for everyone, to be that space of acceptance and love and peace and truth, and be those people who are for something and against nothing, there's just no end to what we can create.
I'm reminded of a line from Ricky Byers Michael Beckwith song, and it says, "The way in is the way out." And it reminds me that if I'm looking at everything outside myself and making decisions and determining what I'm going to do and feeling miserable because the world isn't the way I want it to look, then it'll never solve itself. But when I move within and connect with that divine presence that is always available, never lacks anything, never limited by anything, never restricted by anything, then I can move forward from that point of view, and I will be guided and directed in everything I do. And the darkness may be around me, but it's not in me, because within me are those stars. That the night within me creates those stars. And I know that as each individual discovers this for themselves, then we can change this planet. We can change what's going on. We can live through this all. We will live through this all, because we've always have, and we'll always come up on top. I'm so thankful to be in this time and space right now.
Yes.
Because I know the work that I'm doing, not only for myself, but for all those that I love and all those that I don't even know, is so important.
Yes.
And this is true for each and every one of you out there, that just by doing your personal work, you can change this whole thing that's happening now. And you can go through it like a bright star in the night. Because really, we wouldn't know how bright. You ever noticed, I'm sure you've noticed, that the darker the sky, the brighter the light?
Yes.
The darker the sky, the brighter the light. That's true for us too.
Yes.
We're in this deep, dark period of time, but our light is so shining bright that it can't help but overcome the darkness.
Yes.
You got anything?
I think I might be complete.
Oh, she's complete. I guess we are complete. We've been talking a lot week from week about what's going on, and I think it's important. And we try to come from different ways of seeing it and dealing with it. But what I know is what is true is there's always just one thing going on.
Yes.
No matter what it looks like, it's all God. It's all good all the time.
Yes.
And with that note, I'll let you pray about it.
So let's just take a deep breath in, close our eyes, breathe that breath out. And as you're breathing that breath out, release all the fears and all the worries and all the concerns. And breathe in God. And breathe out everything that's on your to-do list today and all the things that are keeping your attention from being focused just right here in this space right now. And recognize that God is breathing our breath, beating our hearts, thinking our thoughts. That those thoughts we think, we are manifesting. And so I am so grateful to know that right where I am, the divine intelligence is. Right where Reverend Michael is, the divine intelligence is. Right where each and every one of us is, the divine intelligence is. We are one with the one with each other, and one with all that is. There is no separation. In this humanness, we sometimes think that there is, and that we can be this separate place in the universe, and there is no separation. And so just focusing on that oneness, focusing on that truth, focusing on that beingness of being one with Source. That the God mind is just right where we are right now, expressing, thinking, believing, seeing as us. And so in this space, I know that we are here to be a healing force on this planet. We are here to hold the light and see the truth, and move through the darkness, seeing the light, move through the challenges, seeing the solution. Because in this mind, the problem and the solution are already there. is already there. So as we move from focusing on the problem and we move into focusing on the solution, it is there. It is manifesting. It is coming forth. And so each one of us knows, what is my part in this big solution? As we hold the space for everything on the planet to be uplifting and rising up and experiencing more and more and more good and more and more and more God, we breathe it in and we live it in ourselves, and we expect it and accept it and see it in others. And we know that this is manifesting right here and right now, that there is no other. There is this space right now. There is this time right now. There is this thinking and breathing and moving into our greater yet to be right here and right now. And so I just pass this word to Reverend Michael in absolute gratitude.
And so continuing this thought, I recognize that for each and every individual who is tuned in today, that you are a unique creation of the Most High, and that you bring your sacred gifts to this planet to do what you need to do, to be who you need to be, and to change those things that are seeking your attention to change. And that each and every one of us are guided and directed to our highest yet to be. And that each and every one of us are inspired, uplifted, and ready to move from moment to moment with that God presence guiding us,
Yes.
grace pulling us
Yes,
forward,
yes,
and everything unfolding in its glory and splendor.
Yes.
I know that this day is the day that God made, and I rejoice in it.
Yes.
I rejoice in the thought that this world is a world that is made for everybody, a world that works for everybody, a world that allows every individual to express in the way they came here to express. I hold in my heart the love that overcomes all darkness, the light that shines so brightly that each and every one of us are a point of that light. And so knowing that these words have power, that they cannot come back void, I now give absolute gratitude for their completion.
Yes.
Absolutely thankful for life, for love, for the presence of God, revealing the truth that we are here to share. For this and so much more, I say thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. This word is complete, so I let go. I let God, and I simply allow it to be, and so it is.
So it is, Ashe and Amen. And I feel the vibrations of creativity buzzing right now as we just, all of us create together.
Yes.
And welcome, Paul.
Well. Bless this duality. I'm going to do this song here called Another Day, and it is about gratitude. I'm shaking hands with the past. It's all over now. It was never meant to last. Never meant to last. I know everything is going to be alright, 'cause today I'm gonna have time of my life. Time of my life. Long as I have a heartbeat, I have enough to eat, I still get around. Got another day above ground. I'm making peace with my ambitions. How much can I do in the time I have left? In the time I have left, I have a sense of direction. How far can I go in just one day? Just one day. Long as I have a heartbeat, I have enough to eat, I still get around. got another day above ground. I'm making friends with uncertainty. These days, God works in mysterious ways, mysterious ways. I called up my future and I left a message. I'll see me when I get there. I'll be a blessing in disguise, blessing in disguise. Long as I have a heartbeat, I have enough to eat, I still get around. Got another day above ground. Another day.
Oh, I love that. That was so wonderful. Thank you so much, Paul.
Sure.
I especially like the line, I'll see me when I get there.
I like that too.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Thanks, Paul.
That was really.
We're going to do little announcements, and then we'll get back to your last song.
Okay, so this is our giving time, and you can give through Venmo, and the QR code is going to be up on the screen, and you can just take your phone and focus on it, or you can go to Venmo at CSL North Metro. You can text YOUGIVE, YUGIVE, to 888-364-GIVE, or you can go on CSL North Metro's website, and there's a couple ways to give there. So, and we take checks, and we take cash, and so if this is calling to you and this is a ministry that you would like to support, we invite you to help us continue to do this by supporting CSL North Metro financially.
Yes. And this basket represents your givingness in the cosmos coming through
Yes.
whatever means and landing in this basket.
Yes.
And we're so grateful for your support. So just shine your light and repeat after me. I give thanks for this wondrous life.
I give thanks for this wondrous life.
I give thanks for the opportunity to give.
I give thanks for the opportunity to give.
I give freely,
I give freely,
joyfully,
joyfully,
knowing that these gifts go out into the world,
knowing that these gifts go out into the world.
uplift,
Uplift
and support
and support
all those in need.
all those in need.
And I know these gifts
I know these gifts
come back multiplied.
come back multiplied.
For this and so much more,
For this and so much more.
I give thanks.
I give thanks.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Woohoo, amen.
You got anything else to say before, Paul?
No, I'm going to do that right there.
Okay. So
We're ready for Paul.
got one more song from Paul
Yay.
Landsittel.
It's such a pleasure to see you.
Well, it's a privilege to be able to play for such a wonderful crowd. This last song is a Paul Simon song. It's kind of a sing-along. It's called Gone at Last. The night was black, the road was icy, snow was falling and the drifts were high. I was weary from my driving, so I stopped to rest for a while. I sat down at a truck stop. I was feeling oh so glad. I had a long streak of that bad luck. I pray it's gone at last. Everybody now. Gone at last. Gone at last. Gone at last. Gone at last. Had a long streak of that bad luck. Pray it's gone at last. Once in a while, from out of nowhere, you least expect it and you're unprepared. Someone will come lift you higher, and your burden will be shared. I do believe if I hadn't met you, I might still be sinking fast. I had a long streak of that bad luck. Pray it's gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at
Gone at
last.
last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Had a long streak of that bad luck. Pray it's gone at last. I think some of you may not have been singing quite loud enough, so I'm going to give you another chance. Gone at last.
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 Had a long streak of that bad luck. Pray it's gone at last. Oh, you want it faster? Okay.
Yeah.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Had a long streak of that bad luck. Well, I pray it's gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
I had a long streak of that bad luck. Well, I pray it's gone at last.
Woo-hoo! So, Paul, I know it's been on the bottom of the screen, but tell people how to get a hold of you so that they can see your music and all that stuff, okay?
Certainly. You can visit my website, paullandsittel.com, and find out about me, and you can listen to my songs on my 2 CDs, and you can find a way to contact me on there too.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes. It's so wonderful having you.
Well, it's a privilege to play for such a great crowd.
Yes, it is. So you're all invited to join us on Zoom right after the service. There's a link in the comments. So if you don't have your comments on, turn them on. You can just copy that link. If you missed that link, you can also go to our website because the link is there in the calendar section. And while you're on the website, sign up to get a weekly email so you know all the things that we're doing and all the stuff that's going on. So with that,
The beat is all, folks.
so and do our benediction.
You did the benediction.
Okay, so just close your eyes. Just absolutely together, we give thanks for this time together, for awakening and making ourselves more aware and expanding our heart space and making that trip from the head to the heart. And that heart place is the place where we absolutely manifest. And so we're manifesting a world that works for everyone. We're manifesting everyone free. We're manifesting everyone having enough and having shelter and having medical care and the things that they need to be free. And so we're so grateful for everyone that's on this broadcast today, everyone that listens to it, everyone on the planet. We're grateful for Greg and Sheila making it possible for us to do that, for the amazing musicians that we have. We're grateful for all of the members of our center who've just stuck through us all through this time. We're grateful for this life, for this planet. And so in absolute gratitude, I just simply let it go, allow it to be, and know it's manifesting into form. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Okay.
All right. Thank
So
you.
have a great week, everyone.
Yes.
We'll see you after at the Zoom meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.